We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. Where's the market going by the end of March? I'll tell you. Where's it going by the end of April? I'll tell you. Where's it going to be by the end of May? Oh my God. For the full roadmap, check the YouTube member area. But today we are actually going to bring back as a courtesy altcoin overtime and PowerPoint. Right? Check out Patreon, the middle tier offering, where we have been getting people ready for this bottom for at least a week and a half. At least a week and a half. And frankly, we never bought into any of the bearish stuff. LuxAlgo for charts, the Bill Noble indicator for the 5-wave bottoms, which are everywhere, including Ethereum. And of course, they're about to raise prices. So please get your Bitcoin conference tickets, because I'm telling you, Michael Saylor is going to be there. With or without the orange man, he's going to have a White House generated deck, and AIntivirus is on fire this morning. All right. Do check that out. John McAfee is back, and he is talking on Spotify. Somebody finally figured it out today. A full privacy app, that's what we're calling it, attached to a token that is attached to a talking dead person. All aboard. If you want to find out where this market is going, and if you want to find out some good altcoins, get a little bit of twist to the way we do things in the YouTube member area. That's where we have the hotter, more speculative stuff with Toby Ward just lighting the fire. Today, we're going to do some grok and some price targets. Chainlink, Aave, right? The big AI coins. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember artificial intelligence? Are we ceding that to Julius Caesar and all the various oligarchs? Are we gonna bow down, or are we gonna have that problem with our knee like the Spartans, where I just can't kneel, just can't do it? Web3 is better. Again, you want to know more about Web3? You definitely know where to go. Okay, let's welcome the 10 people who survived the bear market. Bull Runner, Philip, Bud74, what's up? Art from the Amsterdam airport, looking for the banana zone. Routine Cheese, Arkham, yeah. Philip, DCA, yes, right. Carol, looks like Bitcoin history is reliving itself. Yeah, exactly. It goes down. Everyone gets bearish when there's 27 reasons to be bullish. Everyone's bullish at the bottom except crypto people. Crypto people only like buying the top, or like buying stuff that's stupid. I like buying the top because I never met a momentum market that I didn't like. But this whole meme thing, right? It's got to be memes attached to an app like Squid Grow or AIntivirus, right? Someone's going to figure this out at $3, $4, $5 million market cap. Frankly, there's stuff in this market, especially stuff attached to AI. It's a joke. Like, Toby's yoga friends bought Fetch. Meanwhile, crypto dinwits are getting short Bitcoin perpetuals. I'm living in a really strange world. Quiet Dawn with the notorious love. Thank you. Thank you. All right. If you got the Twitter notification on the stream, you want to retweet that out, that would be helpful. All right, let's go. Inflation falls by half, or so they're telling you. Right. All right. Eggs are down 30%. Fantastic. They're only up 460% from the lows, whatever. Okay. So, they got the propaganda machine all cranked up. That's great. Here's the bottom line, folks. They got to get rates down, dollar down, stocks in a range, stop the wealth effect. And they got to get gold and crypto mooning. The best reason to get gold going is it's a way of lowering the dollar, and they may be able to sell gold, some gold, not all gold, some gold to buy Bitcoin. Just a little asset allocation from our friends at the Treasury. I could not find the tweet, but I did see something, a very contrarian sort of a view, that the reason they didn't do a tour of Fort Knox is because they got more gold in there than they're supposed to, and they might have to explain where they got it from. That would be pretty funny. It would be pretty funny if they could use gold to buy Bitcoin, but allegedly inflation is coming down. I'll believe it when I see it. What we need to get down is the dollar. What needs to go up to protect you against inflation? Crypto. Now, on the gold front, U.S. Treasury spokesperson confirms expiration of something related to purchasing energy. Okay, what does this mean? It means you could now buy oil with gold if you wanted to, especially from the Russians, apparently. So this helps send gold above 3,000 and Bitcoin follows. Nothing like a good old-fashioned use case for gold. Nothing like a good old-fashioned use case for anything. Whether it's Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or Chainlink, cross-chain, Lazarus Group has proved cross-chain. Toby has been like cross-chain, 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 cross-chain. I don't know for how long. Finally, we had to have North Korean hackers come in and do it because apparently we can't. Unbelievable. Okay. Oil, you can buy oil with gold. You can buy oil with Bitcoin next. Coming up. Gold jumps to new record, winning the debate against Bitcoin as a risk asset. Okay, the debate. Oh, it's a store value. Oh, it's a risk asset. Oh, it's correlated to Nasdaq. Wrong. It's money. It's money. It's hard money. You can't print it. It's hard money. And I don't know who in this world we have to refinance. We have to borrow $9 trillion. Who cares if it's a store value? Who cares what you call it? Just buy it. Not investment advice. 9 trillion. You got 9 trillion reasons to buy Bitcoin. Okay, gold's historic rally brings back BTC's store value. We did that one. Global M2 hits an official all-time high. Okay. You got to borrow $9 trillion. Europe's going to spend itself. I don't know. We're trying to make peace with the Russians, and the Europeans are arming like they're getting ready for the Third World War. Well, good luck. You're going to have to spend a lot of money to catch up to the Russians. I guess you're going to do that all with robotics and AI. Wonder if any of that stuff's going to be used to spy on its own citizens. Did I say that with the out loud voice? Anyway, everybody's printing because the whole world melts down if we can't borrow $9 trillion. So the Fed's got to get all the money in the system now. That's it. They got to start putting it in now. They can't put it in all at once. They got to put it in now. Meanwhile, everyone's selling stocks. I'm selling crypto. Stocks are in a range. Everyone's bearish crypto. Altcoins are just forgotten. Not happening. It's not happening. I love this. CNBC. Orange Man could be catalyst for a global pro-crypto shift. You know what, folks? All they have to do is get out of the way. It would have been awesome if they mooned our bags, but really all they have to do is get out of the way. Classify XRP as a commodity. We'll talk about that. We'll talk all about it. You classify XRP as A, not a security, which we all knew. B, as a commodity. C, it goes in an ETF. And the next thing you know, Ripple Inc. has got 5,000 employees. And XRP is at $5. Don't believe me? Well, ask Grok. Didn't even give it the old XRP slant for YouTube. Did give it to it. Said, hey, what do you got here? Okay, Grok's down. Either that or Grok's listening to my YouTube channel, one or the other. Okay, so we're talking about egg prices. We should be talking about the fact that 80K is the new 20K. And if you missed it at 80K, you'll never sleep again. Because it's going to go to 150. You might see sub 100 after that. You might. YouTube member area has a whole different opinion. Has a whole different opinion. I mean, you can get corrections, but from what level? No one wants to go to the Bitcoin conference. Nobody. No one's bought one single ticket. Not one. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, wait do you see the YouTube numbers on the last stream? It was like, yeah, let's go Bitcoin at 80K. No one watched it. That's okay. I knew that. I knew that. So I could blow up about it today. Gas is now under $3. I did see $2.35 at a local Walmart. You know where it should go? 10 cents. 20 cents. 89. I paid 89 cents when I first got to Austin in 1998. You want to keep the Russians in check? Take oil down. How about that? By the way, oil lower is good for Bitcoin, statistically, if any of that's relevant. Oil down, good for Bitcoin. Gold, silver up, good for ETH. Gold, silver up, dollar down, great for ETH, because ETH does good when liquidity comes into the system, which is obviously happening. Gold breaks through 3,000 as the orange man ruins the world, says Doomberg. It's my Alex Jones imitation. By the way, those guys are downrange as some really bad people. People have, like, you know, military style police showing up at their house. Oh my God. For real. For real. People are pushing back and people are not happy. So you know what you do? You just keep pushing back harder. And how do you push back every day? It's the green button. Boom. Just keep hitting it. By the way, YouTube members, please hit the green button early and often. If you're a $4.99 member, you can get cool emojis and rock on as often as possible. Get priority and comments on the stream. All right. And of course, you know, VIP members get to ask questions directly. Okay. So, you know, the bad guys are on the march and the good guys are surrounded. And let's knock this off. Okay. This would be horrible. What are we doing? What happened to human freedom and Web3? At least we're moving in that direction. Let's hope it continues. Our economy will boom like never before. I thought it was supposed to say Bitcoin will boom like never before. Sorry, just, you know, I can't. Sometimes the crypto bro in me just shines through. But you know what? The guy's taking the long view, right? Get stocks in a range, borrow the 9 trillion, get the dollar lower, and the United States survives. The largest toy maker in America is moving a large percentage of its manufacturing from overseas back to the United States. You know, one thing that I didn't like was that they weren't enthusiastic enough about crypto. But if the orange man wants to get it done, if he wants to get it done, he'll get it done. Because, you know, he's doing it his way, whether you like it or not. And, you know, people are going to listen. Some of the stuff he's done has been an overreach. Some of it's been an underreach on crypto, but they're actually doing better quietly. We'll go into that. So lawmakers urge the treasuries to stop Bitcoin. Now, why would they do that? Well, because they don't like you. They don't like you. They don't. I mean, government is government. Government screws up. You want privacy. Skynet is coming. If it's not, Skynet's already here, I think. But there are people out there that just flat out don't like you because you breathe. Which is why Bitcoin all day, XRP all day, antivirus all day. My portfolio, Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Bitcoin XRP are bigger. Antivirus I have, and I have ETH. Just because it's so beat up, it's ridiculous. Just a fact from Rand Paul, we don't have enough money to rebuild our own country if we're rebuilding everyone else's. Okay. Kind of like the libertarians coming back into play here. I like it. I like it. Let the libertarians make a little noise. Let's make the orange man, let's get a little check on him, make him, you know, move to that libertarian area. He did very well on the campaign trail with that. Let these guys keep them honest. BlackRock is buying Bitcoin. What a shock. $25 million worth of Bitcoin from Coinbase Prime. They now hold 47.47 billion. Whatever I know about the dollar, BlackRock knew it 12 months before I did. Right? And whatever's going to happen next with the dollar, BlackRock already knows that too. And gold, and the Fed, and the Treasury, and Michael Saylor, and everybody. They know. Right. And they got everyone's crypto yesterday. Boy, you should have seen people puking that on the eclipse. I know, man, that eclipse, man, that makes you emotional. That made me nuts yesterday. Nuts. So I get it. Everyone's like, oh my God. But when I saw XRP in the green, everything else down, XRP in the green, and nobody watching the show about Bitcoin. Nobody. Please take my Bitcoin at 80K. I don't want any more. I don't want to listen to the big boy talk at all. Please get it away from me. A recent public figure disclosed that he owns between $1 and $5 million worth of Bitcoin. That would be you know, we probably can't mention him anymore. But you know, the guy's got like, supposedly he's got like $1 million in credit card debt, probably because he can borrow it against the Bitcoin. He's not selling the Bitcoin. I'm not selling the Bitcoin. I'm not selling anything. I'm not touching it. If I didn't puke it the last 10 days, I'm not puking it. I'm not. Period. Now, by the way, it's always good to trot this guy out because this guy was the one who originally at Consensus gave a very intelligent speech about backing treasuries and the currency with a small amount of Bitcoin. Small relative to the amount of stuff that they're backing. It actually would be a large amount of Bitcoin. So back a small amount of bonds and currency with a large amount of Bitcoin. That was his idea originally. Remember, they got to do 9 trillion. It's not optional. They got to do 9 trillion. Even if they cut spending, they're not cutting spending. They're putting on a show. The spending went through. There's my talking dead guy. Great freaking speech. I'm not going to play it for you again, but right. Got 19,000 impressions on this. There's no way I'm giving up on this. I know people lost money. I know my P&L's way down on this thing. I don't care. I am not, no one's getting me off this. No one. Okay, so stocks. So here's the good news. From here to here, that's the range in stocks for the rest of the year. I think it's just a range. It goes up only, and then it goes into a range. Okay. You know, Orange Man says he's not watching the stock market and everyone panics. Wow. The stock market. It's like, hey guys, the whole world doesn't revolve around you. Sorry. All right. So it goes down 10%. So what? So what? Crypto, we do 10% before lunch. Okay. So stocks are in a range. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's in a range. U.S. government moving money around. Avalanche. Ooh. Security token functionality. I'm just wondering how they're going to do 9 trillion in treasuries without tokenizing treasuries aggressively for stablecoins. A lot of people not putting this together, right? Congress is like, oh yeah, we need stablecoins. We ought to get that done right now. Yeah, so they can buy treasuries so we can get whatever bid we can get. Let's get whatever bid we can get. Bitcoin reclaims 85. Hello. Hello. Billionaire Tim Draper isn't selling Bitcoin. All fiat currencies will fall against Bitcoin. Hey now. And that's the market update, right? No one was paying attention to this. Bitcoin is not a store of value. Bitcoin is not correlated, is not leveraged NASDAQ, blah, blah, blah. Bitcoin is a currency. It is a currency. It's part of the foreign exchange market, which is where they trade currencies. Like the airport kiosk where you go and go, okay, going to Japan, here are my dollars, give me my yen so I can go shopping when I go to Japan. Now it's like, okay, well, you know what? Eggs are out of control. So here are my dollars, give me some Bitcoin. Here are my dollars, give me some XRP. Here are my dollars, give me some antivirus so I can stay private, buy a SIM card, get some data, whatever. GameStop has $4.6 billion in cash and no idea what to do with it. And they've met with Michael Saylor. And again, you have storefront Bitcoin, you have 120. Because that's what this could be. Storefront Bitcoin. Solana stablecoin surges 130% from 5 billion to 11 billion. We're going to print stablecoins. They're going to issue treasuries, and they're going to use the treasuries to borrow stablecoins and pile into Bitcoin. So here's a radical notion. The more treasuries they issue, the more treasuries people buy, they drop it into this tokenized system on Ohm or whatever. They borrow stables against it and they pile into Bitcoin. So you can be long US debt and even longer Bitcoin. And if the debt doesn't do well, the Bitcoin will. How about them apples? We should check where real world assets, huh? Check Chainlink, check Aave, check all this stuff no one cares about, everybody forgot about. Okay, Ripple got sued, and ETH was a commodity, which is why it didn't get sued. So if they make Ripple, or excuse me, XRP a commodity, it goes right into an ETF. And because XRP is backed by Ripple, a company, it's easily sold because it's crypto and a company as far as like a Morgan Stanley investor would go. And off to the races. I have $5. Let's go. I mean, every day you could have, oh, such and such player adopts XRP. You know, why was Garlinghouse at the White House? What was he doing? Just like hanging out? I made some campaign inauguration donations, and now I'm just coming to chill out with the guy from Coinbase. What am I here for? They're going to get after this thing. Everyone's bearish. I mean, retail's not bearish. Retail loves it. But everyone just forgot about it. I didn't forget about it. Okay, so a shutdown. Would we miss Uncle Sugar if he wasn't there? You know what? This shutdown thing could be the biggest mistake they could ever make. Because if they sit there, if Elon and these Doge people figure out what they don't miss, when they reopen it, forget about it. People are going to have pink slips on their desk. It's going to be really sad. They're making a huge, huge miscalculation with this shutdown. Huge. The last thing you ever want is to demonstrate your own obsolescence. But if they do shut it down, good. You know, it's like all the things that McAfee said in 2018, these guys are doing now. And you know what? If they shut the government down, we'll be just fine. We'll be all right. Really. Private sector will probably smoke higher. Orange Man's family, in an attempt to monetize MAGA. Oops, did I say that with the outside voice? They're going to buy a stake in Binance US and parentheses, pressure Coinbase, pressure hedge funds, pressure banks to adopt it. They can't make you adopt it, but they can just go out and outcompete you. It's actually a good way to monetize MAGA and a good way to accidentally or otherwise put pressure on the private sector to get involved in crypto. I love this. Retail Bitcoin holders with balances under 1 Bitcoin are selling their coins, mirroring the give up trade seen in the year after 2019. Today, this group holds 35% more Bitcoin than they did back then. So everybody sold out. Everybody out. And it's not just individuals. It's not just individuals, right? So here's my hedge fund guy. Here is Bitcoin Futures at the CME. Please take my crypto. I don't want it anymore. Cycle's over. I got news for you. The cycle hasn't started yet. Don't believe me? Okay. I know you don't believe me. So let's do this. So here is, let's do it right here. This is total crypto market cap, right? Now, this is the election, all the way up, all the way down, right? So where are we? Well, you know what? We're right back where we started. So if you just simply and plainly took that part of the chart out and pretended it was something like this. Okay. Just pretend the election thing didn't happen and all you had was the market moving around in this range. So you'd have the bigger the base, the higher in the space, and everyone bearish. Instead, you have something different, obviously, because of the election, but it was all the way up and all the way down, and all it's done is reset itself. We reset itself, everyone's bearish, and Michael Saylor hits the Bitcoin conference in Vegas in May with the thunderous power of the U.S. Strategic Reserve. Instead of his usual scientific, it's a store of energy, look how much we paid for Manhattan and Alaska, that doesn't get anybody FOMOing in. They gave him something to create massive FOMO. And we're all bearish. Did I mention that? We're all bearish. It's incredible. It's incredible. Like, does anybody know why we're all bearish? I don't. I can't figure it out. Okay, XRP. SEC is going to get rid of the case, rid of the appeal. Everyone's like, oh, we need regulatory clarity. Yeah, we do. We need regulation out, and we need law enforcement to stop the bad guys, which we have later on in the show. You got regulatory clarity. Stablecoin companies need to buy treasuries. They need to they need to drop every single lawsuit. And the Bureau needs to get after hackers. SEC labels XRP a strategic asset for the U.S. SEC is not only standing down, but they're actually promoting crypto, and we're bearish. It's like a fortune cookie. We're just going to add, and we're bearish at the end. $45 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday, BlackRock. Crypto.com gets a regulatory license in the Middle East as they can't get enough over there. BMAX primarily consists of MSTR convertible bonds. Bitcoin Corporate Treasury Convertible Bond ETF. Okay? Meaning they're taking these Michael Saylor securities and they're putting them inside ETFs to make them easy for institutions to consume them. So, and individuals. So if you're an individual and you don't understand convertible securities, you can buy BMAX. Boom. And you can rock on. They got all kinds of different ways to participate. Pension funds, insurance companies, retail investors don't want to do Bitcoin, no problem. We got the Bitcoin ETF. We got OwnB. We got MicroStrategy's paper. You can just, I mean, there was a guy, right? We talked about this way earlier on. What did he want for asset allocation? 50% stocks, 30% Bitcoin, and 20% other, which to me, other is, Michael Saylor preferred stock and cash so you can buy more Bitcoin or whatever, right? Altcoins. He's not thinking altcoins, but I am. I'm not bending my knee. I am not kneeling. The Spartans of Patreon are not kneeling before Web 2 Caesar. Get bent. We're not doing it. We're just not. Now, I don't know if we're not doing it now, but we will be, because they're going to come into Web 3 and then the market's going to follow. The market's going to go, oh, gee, do we really want this? I'm relying on Mr. Market to figure this out. 9 tokens bought by World Liberty Financial. Aave, Grok price prediction coming up later. So don't go anywhere. Ondo, SEI, that's probably a paid promotion. So's Tron, right? They invested, they get on the list. Okay, that's fine. It's cool. Okay. Okay. World Liberty Financial, we are proud to partner with many of the leading blockchain protocols. And of course, everyone's giving them a hard time about it. Everyone's giving them a hard time. The more they give you a hard time, the more you press. The more they press an antivirus, the more they tell me it's no good, the more I'm just going to keep going. Calling up Janice, like, Janice, let's do something live. Let's get busy. We got an infinite supply of things to say about privacy, about cryptocurrency, about John McAfee. Right? And whether I'm talking about antivirus, or I'm talking about Bitcoin, or I'm talking about XRP, or I'm talking about Solana, or I'm talking about any things we're going to be talking about in the roadmap in crypto. And by the way, if you need a roadmap in crypto, you should subscribe to this channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if the content works for you, please hit the like button. S&P 500 enters correction territory. What does this mean for Bitcoin? It means Bitcoin's going up because stocks are in a range. Ethereum decline sees record active selling. Excellent. Buy everything. Buy whatever they're selling. Pump.fun meme coins are dying at record rates. Okay. When you get into a meme coin, right? Think of it like you're getting into an app. Do you really need one more app on your phone? Probably not. And if you do add an app to your phone, it's because you know you're going to use it, right? Okay. So think of meme coins or any highly speculative coin as an app. Am I going to use this app? Does this app do something? And if the answer is yes, then do it. But if it's just another thing, okay, the things are oversold, but hey, maybe if it's an AI launchpad like Virtuals or AI 16Z or something like that, as long as it does something, right? Plus, agents are going to create other agents, which are going to issue coins. I can't believe no one sees this coming. That could be on ETH. It could be on Base. That could be on Solana, obviously. Agents issuing coins. Agents doing all kinds of things. Don't you remember, agents will eventually be inside robots and walking around. That was in January at the top. Now there's no conversation. The only conversation about AI coins is Toby's yoga buddy who is excited to put $20 into Fetch or artificial superintelligence token. So excited to put that $20 to work in AI. She was. Good for her. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're not even talking about it. Most of the crypto Twitter feeds are all political, or they're lamenting that our views are down and we're irrelevant. And, you know, a YouTube influencer wrote a book and he's giving everybody a hard time. We're talking about everything except what matters. Big Nasty Boy has a Buildle fund that tops 1 billion with Athena's 200 million allocation. Buildle is a key blockchain, a building block for multiple yield generating offerings as a reserve asset, as it's increasingly used as collateral on trading platforms. Buildle token issued with securitized and backed by treasuries. So BlackRock has a gizmo for legacy backed by treasuries. Because these guys are dumb, right? You know why these guys get into anything? Anything. Because they want to dominate. They want to dominate. And if they can figure out a way to make money off the trillions of US debt that's issued, they're doing it right now. And no one's paying attention. Right? The whole crypto ecosystem is completely underpriced, abandoned, ignored. We are not paying attention to our own asset class. Legacy is. Caesar and all those characters are next. Kathy Wood's ARK Investment buys $5.2 million worth of Coinbase. Even Kathy knows. You know, if Kathy, if like the you know, it's like I wish what Nancy Pelosi would do it. Then we would then we could move the market. But Kathy's getting long. Kathy's done a couple good trades. She got off Nvidia too early, but that's all right. Confusion around Bitcoin narrative remains. Confusion around the price that free markets move. Yeah, they move. I don't understand. What do you mean they move? I thought the Fed was just a big sugar train. No, wrong. They move. The orange man said, yeah, I'm not paying attention to the stock market. It means they're going to have to find a level. It's going to have to be a market again, not a pump-a-thon charade sugar fest. It's not the afternoon trip to the candy store anymore. Markets are going to move, and you're going to have to be on the right side of it, which means you have to sell it when everyone loves it and buy it when everyone hates it. There's confusion around the Bitcoin narrative. Stop it. Stop it. The only confusion around the Bitcoin narrative is why legacy institutions are not explaining it to their customers, who most of them have to go to the grocery store. I don't know how hard it is. How hard is it to keep an empty egg carton in your office at Schwab or Fidelity or BlackRock or whatever? How hard is that? Apparently, it's very difficult. Okay. It'll be a lot less difficult at 105, because at 105, it'll be much more attractive. At 80, no one wants it. Fundstrat's Tom Lee, whose hair got messed up in 2018 when he bull posted Bitcoin all the way down. It's the most genius strategy I ever saw. Bitcoin is just cascading lower. Tom, what's your year-end target in Bitcoin? 15K. Bitcoin goes to 6K. Tom, what's your target for the end of the year? 2018, 15K. Bitcoin 3K. Tom, what's your year-end target for Bitcoin? 15K. Like, are you kidding me? He's like, no, 15K. Where was Bitcoin 3 months later? 15K. I mean, it went from like 3 to 7 to like 13 on a rope. I said 13 when I was working at Crypto IQ, and the Bitcoin maximalist told me I was crazy. Same group of guys. Same group of guys. Tokenized treasuries hit 4.2 billion. Okay. What is it? They only have what, not 8.96 trillion to go before they can absorb whatever they got coming down the pipe. Ondo Finance, BlackRock gained the most among large issuers. After a TradeFi giant joins XRP ETF fray, who's next? Who's next? It's like Apollo Creed. Who's next? Who's next? Do you realize what happens if you have a massive rush into either an XRP or Solana ETF. Crypto regulation shifts as Bitcoin eyes 105K amid liquidity boost. M2 is rising. Uncle Sugar's proactive approach to identify victims of cryptocurrency fraud. The primary job of government is to protect the people, not to sue companies. So, the government gets off everyone's back, and then the government does what it's supposed to do, which is protect the people. Amazing. Like, so bullish, it's crazy. Meanwhile, there's still men behaving badly. Intelligence people being mean to Julian. Not nice. People on the right in the media having strange things happen at their house. One of them is deceased. I don't care what anyone says. They don't want you to be free. They can make a good show, but they don't want you to be free. They don't. Antivirus on the move, right? Someone finally figuring it out. $3 million for a meme coin of a talking dead guy with multiple different general public friendly privacy functions. 37% chance of a government shutdown. They do this, Bitcoin's going to 100. Like, I got the Grok roadmap. We'll get into it in a second. We'll do it right now. Okay. Okay. Hi, welcome back to PowerPoint. So the dollar index, shoulder, head, shoulder, down. Below the 200-day moving average, below the equilibrium. Downside target, probably 100. Discount zone. Now, how many like massive dollar bears who have been suffering for years? Like, look at this. It's like a bubble. Oh, buy the dollar. It's great. Yeah. We owe $37 trillion. Let's buy the dollar. So stupid. Now you got people telling me, yeah, the dollar's, it's oversold. It's got to bounce. It's got to go up. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I mean, it might, but it doesn't. The Mar-a-Lago Accord, the Plaza Accord over here. This is a general agreement that the dollar had to go lower. G7 countries. That's it. They didn't do anything. They said, yeah, it's got to go massively lower. We don't care. Just sell it. We're not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. Just sell it. That's all that happened. Now, you've had a similar thing, but people don't get it because the only way to do it is to have gold at 5,000 and Bitcoin at 250 or 500. Either one. You got to have massively higher prices for gold and Bitcoin in order to get the dollar devalued the way they did back then. Then to add to the comedy, do you realize that if you look at a quarterly chart, it's a quarterly chart of the dollar index, that the long-term mean, I mean long-term, 200-quarter moving average, dollar index is still above the long-term mean. $37 trillion in debt, $9 trillion this year. The only way out of a debt crisis is to devalue the currency. And this thing is like what? 7 points above its long-term average. This thing should be at 75. But maybe it can't get there because no one wants to buy the euro or the yen or whatever the excuse is. This is going lower one way or the other. Personally, I think you could just inverse this and this is what Bitcoin could look like. Why not? Soros made all of his money. G7 came out, said we want the dollar lower massively. Everyone said it went down and everyone covered, went to the bar. I was like, it was a really good trade. No Twitter back then for posting a P&L. But it was like, let's go to the bar. We did a great trade. Yeah, did a great trade. RSI is oversold. We're going to cover now. Meanwhile, George Soros kept his whole trading desk there, keeping in mind that the only way to sell was via the telephone. That's the only way to sell. You had to talk to a human who was on a speaker box system selling to another human who was on a speaker box or a phone with yet another human. Human to human to human to human. That's how you had to do it. They just sit there and go, sell, I sell, I sell. What's the bid now? I sell, I sell, I sell. He just kept them there all night, all day, all week. He just kept selling and it went straight down. Now you have BlackRock and all these other characters who know that story and have seen this chart going, yeah, I'm just buying it all. Just give it to me. Michael Saylor, they're $21 billion. Anybody got $21 billion? Okay, great. I'll take 21 more. I'll take all you'll sell me. They're putting my securities in ETFs, for God's sakes. They're enhancing the liquidity. Why do you think he's showing that? I'll do 21 billion. I'll do another 21 billion. I'll do it at the high just to make sure you understand. Or I'll use the green button. I'll do it while I'm at the conference in May. I mean, do you think, does that sound out of character? Everyone's like, MicroStrategy is going to blow up. Michael Saylor is going to get liquidated. No, homie, you're going to get liquidated. And I have that chart too to go over. So I have no idea why this is where it is. It's completely mispriced. It's the biggest bubble ever. It's got to go massively lower. Now, let's hope Mr. Musk can earn his keep. This is the price of the 30-year bond. So bonds up, rates down. Is there a head and shoulders bottom here? And can they do something to get 30-year bonds to go up? Because how do you issue $9 trillion worth of debt? You have to make people want the bonds. That's the first thing, right? You have to make them want the bonds. You have to get rates down and you have to get the currency down so that people from overseas have more purchasing power to buy your debt. Now, how would you get anyone to want US 30-year bonds? Back them with Bitcoin. No one wants to do the Bitcoin strategic reserve until they have to issue $9 trillion worth of bonds. Sound ridiculous? I don't know. GameStop, brick and mortar Bitcoin. You know, in research, you get paid for imagination. Everybody thinks that what's going on now is what's going to be going on later. Don't think so. Okay, money surprise. Money supply. Money surprise. This red graph is M2 lately. This black line is M2 from 2017. The last time we had our hysterical interest rates, Orange Man, tariffs, Twitter, tirade, whatever. And the Fed just kept putting it in the system. All the central banks. Like, how is Europe going to borrow all this money for defense spending? How's that going to happen? They got to put money in the system. They got to put high-powered money in the system. They got to put low, they got to put everything in the system now, not after they try to issue $9 trillion. They got to do it now. Otherwise, it looks like they're monetizing the debt, which they are, right? But if they don't get the money in the system now, the optics are going to be horrible. VIX, okay, so VIX is like speed, like how fast are you going? VXX is how much is fear accelerating. So you can be going 100 miles an hour, but if you stay at 100 miles an hour, you're not accelerating. But if you're going from 60 to 80 to 100, obviously you're accelerating your speed. This is the acceleration of fear. Now, obviously, fear got real high back at the last year, summer. That was the yen thing. But since then, you know, the high in fear acceleration. I don't see it happening. It's also the premium zone. Like, you know, I'm not getting afraid at the fear zone in fear acceleration. Like, are you getting more and more afraid? Yes or no? Yes. Did it look horrible yesterday? Yes. Has it looked horrible for a week and a half or 2 weeks? Yes. Yeah. Except you're supposed to buy everything when everyone's afraid. This is the election. Everyone's afraid. Everyone's upset. Buy it. Buy it. Okay. So this is from a previous roadmap. So if you do need a roadmap in crypto, please check this out. Patreon got this before everybody. YouTube members have had the whole plan from the start. So please check that out. This was an original estimate of where Bitcoin would be from Grok done 2 weeks ago. So today it was supposed to be 76. So I was 79 a couple days ago. Next week, it's going to be 81. I think that number's low, and so does Toby. And March 28th for month end, the original estimate was 91. And, you know, you have to watch the YouTube member area to find out more. But this is a teaser of what, you know, members are getting. This is the roadmap for the rest of the year. And if I told you that Bitcoin would be pressing 120 at Easter, or really accelerating at that time for an even bigger rally in May into the Bitcoin Vegas conference on Memorial Day, you would think I was crazy. That's fine. There's a 60 to 70% chance that Bitcoin near 80K is a long-term bottom, and 140 by July 4th feels achievable according to the machine. Okay. My 80K as the new 20K framework confirms, or at least suggests, 80 is a bargain basement price. So the computer doesn't disagree with me, gives me a 65% chance. I'll take that. People in crypto is like, oh, I want 90% probability. I want a 95% success rate on trading. It doesn't work that way. 65, 70 is high. You know, if you hit big winners 65% of the time and keep the losers small, you're going to make a lot of money. So the revised roadmap for the end of the month. Okay, 84 for Bitcoin, 1950 for Ethereum, 240 for XRP, and 160 for Solana. That's interesting, right? Then at the end of April, 107 for Bitcoin, 2,600 in ETH, 350 for XRP. So Bitcoin and XRP back to its like current highs. Solana at 223. End of May, Bitcoin blows through the high. ETH, ironically, back to where it started, FTX. It's so funny when 3,200 is a huge rally in ETH. I can't believe I'm even saying that. 450 XRP from the machine, 450. 278 for Solana. So massive outperformance for XRP, and I didn't tell it that. Okay, so some small coin forecasts. Artificial superintelligence from 42 to 66. Render from $2.59 to $4. That's just May. Tau, 259 to 404. Everyone has given up on the AI trade. And if you don't know what to do, do something simple. Because it's all destroyed. It's all destroyed. All of it. We could pull up a bunch of charts. It's all at the discount zone. Chainlink from 15 to 20. Aave from 200 to 505. I think Aave is a 160. So 200 by the end of March, 505 by the end of May. Phantom or Sonic from 50-something cents to $2. You don't think DeFi? You don't think we're going to need any of this stuff? You don't think so, huh? All the reasons why we were buying it during all the bull periods, that's all gone away? No. I get 9 trillion reasons why it's going to happen. Do you realize the market cap of the Magnificent Seven is $15 trillion? $15 trillion. And then everyone's going to tell me that they want to be long the $15 trillion Web 2 Julius Caesar nonsense and short MicroStrategy because Michael Saylor's nuts. No, he's not. Or maybe if he is, maybe he is not. Maybe he's a genius. Maybe he's got every hedge fund on the planet short his stock and every insurance company and pension fund long his preferred stock and never selling. So what happens if this thing goes GameStop? GameStop could go GameStop if they get into Bitcoin, and MicroStrategy could go straight up. Is that crazy? Probably. But what happens if they squeeze everyone out? Like, what do you want to buy? You want to buy what everyone's short or doesn't own, which could be the case of MicroStrategy or the Bitcoin miners. And that is PowerPoint. Daniel J. Link into the hundreds. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's just keep doing it. I love this. Here we go. It's like stocks rally because government shutdown could be averted, which would mean they just continue to put sugar in the economy, says the economic geniuses at ABC News. Okay, stocks are going up because stocks are massively oversold. That's why stocks are going up. So let's get into that. Let's get into live TA. So here's QQQ, Julius Caesar and friends. Down, perfect. It's like, you ever want to know how DeMark works? This is how it works, right? First part of the trend, 1 through 9. Then you have a failed rally. That's here, gap up. Then you have, 13 down candles. Then everyone gets bearish. Then it tries to go up. Then everyone really gets bearish because we've talked about the double bottom in stocks, right? 87 down in October, down again in December, end of the world. Boom, the other way. This is the range for stocks. You want to know what the range in QQQ is for the rest of the year? It's probably right here. This is the low end. This is the high end. That's it. It's a range. It's a range. It's not going anywhere. You want to go somewhere, you got to go to crypto. You got to go to crypto. XRP. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Right? Why is everyone selling XRP? I don't even know. I don't. Like here's this massive wick down. They couldn't get back down there. Right? Nobody home here until like 270, in my opinion. Bitcoin. There's your 13 bottom. There's your blow off bottom, right? This is the blow off level, 75K. Very nice how they did this. Very nice. Well done. Took everybody out, got everyone bearish, hoovered up everyone's crypto. Everyone's crypto. Right? Very nice little range here in Bitcoin. Probably between 82 and 96. So the range is 82 to 96. They stopped everyone out down here, and then they'll go up here and stop everyone out. They'll stop out the longs, they'll stop out the shorts, and we'll do that until it's time to go up, which I think is very soon. Solana and ETH, unbelievable. 13 bottom. Down here, 5 and a 0 means done. It's funny, right? I mean, I'm not some like huge raging Solana bull, but this down move's over. This is going to confirm the 13 bottom. All you need is up and sit, and it's confirmed. ETH just so destroyed. Oh my God, 13 bottom sits here on the blow-off bottom level, right? They know it's there. I'm just waiting for some institutional announcement. I had a Vitalik headline in here somewhere. Vitalik on the AI apocalypse. Wait a minute. Is Vitalik telling you that humans are essential for AI decentralization? You mean somebody other than me and Toby are talking about decentralized AI? You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone wants to fire this guy until everyone goes back and said, hey, remember when that guy was talking about like decentralized AI? Yeah, wow, what a great idea. And they want to throw his ass out on the street. Crazy. Crazy if you think about what's going on here. Okay, let's go to crypto equities. Let's see what we got. I am so interested. I am more interested in crypto equities now than I was back in 2023. Oh my God, look at this Riot. Riot was supposedly AI and obviously Bitcoin mining. Like all the Bitcoin miners had to diversify because they were all out of business, according to the genius, the spreadsheet, the 25-year-old spreadsheet geniuses from Ivy League schools who are like, oh, these stocks, they're losing their revenue from the Bitcoin halving. Therefore, they're a sell rating. And it was straight up. Right? Now, it's like the only organic source of Bitcoin. And I think Riot was an AI play. Each one of them had like an idea. Like Marathon wants to become a hedge fund, whatever. They all had their little angle. I don't know. Mining equipment may get more expensive. It's not an uncomplicated game. It's complicated. But Riot is on support, right? On the daily chart. Perfect time for a reversal. Okay. I can't believe this. If 5 into 0, if this is not a give up trade, what's a give up trade? They just packed it in. They did the same thing in Galaxy. Oh my God. Like straight down in Galaxy on a 4-hour chart. It's 13 bottom. And I notice it's all discount zone if you go to LuxAlgo. But I'm just like driving the point home, right? BTBT daily. God, right? It's got to climb over 275. I think these guys have ETH, which is why they're underperforming, but still, right? Look at them sell the rally. I don't know. You know, not everyone is good. I just can't believe that people want to sell this stuff. Like 9 bottom on support. Who's selling this stuff down here? Or who's not buying it? I mean, Marathon is back to where it was at this time in 2023. What's happened in Marathon Digital over the last 2 years? As of now, nothing. Nothing. Nothing has happened. It's like we've hit the reset button. Remember the reset button? We've hit the reset button. All right, let's see who's here. Daniel J, bargain hunting. Kamina's here, a member. Welcome. Caroline hitting those emojis. We appreciate that. AI coins still a play. Dude, absolutely. Pick one. Pick anyone. I'm serious. Go find one. But mine's antivirus. Fetch, ASI, artificial superintelligence. Go find one. Hut mining. Yeah. Right. Kamina is still holding antivirus and ski. We hope that comes back. We hope them both do. What's up, Spartans? DGen Joe is here. Daniel J, what's going on? HFG, a new name. Patriot Caveman, what's up? What is going on? Where is everybody? I know everyone's bearish. Good. My portfolio is down. Good. It's not good, but everyone's down. Everyone is down in the mouth. Everybody is bearish. Now, if you want to hear something balanced, I'll give you something balanced. What happens and this is why I think you got to have Bitcoin, AI, and a small cap play, I think. What happens if Bitcoin dominance goes back to 70 or 65? Like you really got to ask yourself, do I have enough Bitcoin? Because this thing with the dollar, screen share, thank you. This thing with the dollar is not funny, right? And I think what a lot of people are just missing, we just saw Bitcoin surprise people on the downside, right? Oh, Bitcoin went down 25%. Oh, wait, I'm not sharing yet. Okay, there we go. Oh my God, Bitcoin went down 25%. Yeah, Bitcoin's volatile again. So is crypto. It's always been volatile. If you want no volatility, you should do legacy or real estate. That's what Toby says. What happens if Bitcoin dominance goes to the premium zone at 72 and you don't have enough Bitcoin? It's just a question, right? You got to make sure you got enough, because this whole thing could be, Memorial Day. And then as soon as everybody gets all stupid, right around that Bitcoin conference, ETH and altcoins might be next. You don't know. You don't know. But do not underestimate what can happen in Bitcoin. Okay. Look at this. BMAX provides retail and institutional investor with exposure to convertible bonds from companies like MicroStrategy, Marathon Digital, and Riot that utilize Bitcoin as a Treasury Reserve Asset. I think that's a retail stock network. Do you know how fast it takes for them to go to their Schwab account and just type in BMAX? Boink. Like, they know how to hit the green button in stocks. You say what you want about those people. They know how to hit the green button after a correction. They know how to do it. Now, Mike is now got the strategic Bitcoin reserve, MicroStrategy, a ton of Bitcoin, and he's like practically a spokesperson for multiple ETFs. He can actually pump the stuff that he sells to buy more Bitcoin. That's like, and they think this guy's an idiot. All he does is win. All he does is win. And everyone wants to fade him. Everybody wants to tear him down. Everybody thinks MicroStrategy's going lower. No one believes in Bitcoin. Blah, 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 blah. Do you think this guy's ever going to stop? No. You think I'm ever going to stop? No. No. Right? Just because. Right? So what I'm going to tell you, you got to believe in something. To believe in something. Toby used to say, buy what you love. I'm like, oh God, stop that. She's right. Okay. AIntivirus.ai. That's my small coin. You go find your small coin. YouTube member area, by the way, they got some new stuff in there. We got kind of right to the point in that latest podcast, right? Let me just get this shared on the screen. You know, meanwhile, while everybody was like losing it, beyond Bitcoin, what's next? Crypto picks to explode in the new bull market. Is the crypto crash finally over? Yes. There's Toby Ward on a motorcycle. What else do you need to know about that? There's Toby Ward walking out of the fire. What are we afraid of? It's the model portfolio. Like, what symbol is that? Do you know? She likes Cardano. No one likes Cardano. No one. I'm not even sure Cardano likes Cardano anymore. Let's go. Let's go. Patreon, the middle tier offering. They had all this stuff about the Bitcoin miners. They had everything. It's like, I want to help you. I want to help you. All right. That is the market update for today. Please come visit us in all our different places. We will see you tomorrow.